Good day, everyone. Today, we begin our discussion on a science, technology, and national development, the Philippine experience. Science and technology have always been powerful drivers of change. They shape how societies grow, how economies compete, and how nations secure a better quality of life for their people. In the Philippine context, our journey tells a story of both challenges and achievements, from early agricultural innovations to breakthroughs in health, industry, and digital technology. As we explore this topic, we will look into how science and technology have influenced the country's economic growth, education, infrastructure, and governance. At the same time, we will reflect on the gaps and opportunities that continue to shape our national development. Through this discussion, we hope to understand not only the role of science and technology in the Philippines, past and present, but also how it can be harnessed more effectively to build a sustainable and progressive future for all Filipinos. Our first topic is all about historical development of science and technology in the Philippines from pre-colonial to modern era. First is the pre-Spanish period. Filipinos have few written information about its society, culture, and technology, relied on archaeological findings to trace origin. Modern man from Asian mainland came overland across a narrow tunnel to live in Batangas and Palawan. In 4800 BC or before Christ, they learned how to make simple tools and weapons out of stone, and later on developed sewing and stone polishing. In 3000 BC, Adsa's ornament of seashells and pottery prospered for 2000 years until competition with Chinese porcelain eventually learned how to use metals as tools. It's called Iron Age, lasted from 3rd century to 11th century. During this time they are involved in ore mining, which is copper, gold, bronze, and iron. Early Filipinos engaged themselves into weaving, shipbuilding, mining, and farming that led them into the creation of the finest product of engineering. The Banawe rice terraces. Early Spanish noted that Filipinos built a refined plant-built warship called Carocua that is suited for inter-island trade. Locals from Butuan established a trading relationship with Vietnam and China. Before Spaniards came, Filipinos were aware of science and technology. They learned the curative values of plants and able to extract medicine out of it. Before Spaniards came, Filipinos have alphabet, counting methods, weights, a measurement system, and calendar based from the moon. Next is Spanish colonial period. Contributed to the growth of science and technology in the country, introduced formal education and founded scientific institutions. Parish schools were established where they taught religion, reading, writing, arithmetic, and music. Natives were taught a more advanced method in agriculture, established colleges and universities around the country, including the oldest university in Asia, the University of Santo Tomas. Prioritized medicine in later years. Spaniards contributed to the field of engineering by constructing government establishments, churches, roads, bridges, and forts. Biology was highlighted during this period. Botanists, chemists, and medical scholars all gave contribution to science. Galleon trade made a big impact in the economic growth of the Philippines. Spaniards prioritized galleon trade due to potential to make huge profit. That's why agriculture and industrial development were not given focus and neglected. When Suez Canal was built, visiting other countries for Europeans and Filipinos was made possible and probably influenced by the rapid development of science ideals brought by the Age of Enlightenment. Let's proceed to American period and post-Commonwealth era. American replaced Spaniards. Establishment of Bureau of Government Laboratory was made July 1, 1901 by Philippine Commission. serves a purpose to study tropical diseases and lab projects in the country, was later replaced by Bureau of Science 1905, became the primary research center of the country. December 8, 1933, National Research Council of the Philippines was established. Science inclined towards agriculture, food processing, forestry, medicine, and pharmacy. They didn't focus on development of industrial technology due to free trade policy. Bureau of Science was replaced by Institute of Science in 1946. 1950 reports made by the U.S. Economics Survey about Philippines' problem with regards to science and technologies such as lack of basic information, no support, minimal budget, and low compensations. During the regime of Carlos P. Garcia in 1958, the Philippine Congress passed the bill entitled the Science Act of 1958, which goal is established National Science Development Board. Next is Marcos era. Science was given importance, amended in 1973 in terms of national development. Priority shall be given in advancement of science and technology. In his SONA, he declared that there is a need for science public high school with help of DepEd in partnership with National Science Development Board. It aims to provide science teaching equipment for 4 years. 1968 organized technology was the reason in economic development, gave extra funds to support projects in science. 1969 he allotted large amount of war damage funds to private universities to encourage to create courses that focus on science and technology. 1970 emphasized that by upgrading curriculum and teaching equipment is crucial to science development program. Presidential Decree Number 49 Series of 1972 as support for promoting scientific research and invention. Greatest contributions is the establishment of PAGASA to ensure safety of the nation. Established a National Academy of Science and Technology. In 1976 to 1986, established campuses of Philippine Science High School in Visayas and Mindanao. Lastly is Fifth Republic. Corazon Aquino replaced Marcos in her term in 1986, replaced a National Science Technology Authority to Department of Science and Technology during plan for the years 1987 to 1992. 1989 budget allocation for science and technology was increased into 1.54 billion pesos, but due to financial crisis between 1990 and 1991, it was cut down 14% and in 1992, it was increased again by 50%. One of our goals is to make Philippines industrialized by year 2000. July 1992, President Fidel Ramos reported his first SONA. There were improvements with regards to science and technology. In his third SONA, there was a significant people who specialized in field of science and technology. By the year 1998, it was estimated that Philippines had 3,000 competent scientists and engineers. During Fifth Republic, government provided 3,500 scholarships for science and technology. By approving Republic Act No. 8439 in 1997, which entitled Magna Carta for Science and Technology Personnel. Purpose is to give incentives and rewards to people who make impact and influential in the field of science and technology. 1998 Joseph Estrada, The Internet Age, was pushed for the advancement of schools and industry. Then it was under term of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo when science and technology reached a golden age. Numerous laws and projects related to science were made to push technology forward to increase the economic level of the country like RA 9367 or the Biofuels Act. 2014, President Benigno Aquino honors four scientists who gave huge contribution in the scientific field that geared towards the advancement of science and technology of the country. Our next topic is key government policies and national plans. The Philippine government has implemented several key policies and programs to strengthen science and technology as a foundation for national development and innovations. These include the National Science and Technology Plan, which guides long-term strategies, the Magna Carta for Science and Technology Workers, offering benefits to attract scientists, and the Balik Scientist Program, which encourages Filipino experts abroad to return and contribute locally. The Philippine Innovation Act promotes a culture of innovation across sectors, while the Science for Change programs boost regional research industry academy partnerships. The Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, in the Philippines plays a key role in achieving national goals through science, technology, and innovation. Its policies and programs aim to boost economic growth, address social needs, and enhance disaster preparedness. Legally supported by acts like the Magna Carta for Science and Technology Workers, the Technology Transfer Act, and the Philippine Innovation Act. DOST also aligns with international theatres and the regional cooperation on science and climate action. Key programs include the Science for Change program, Balik Scientist program, which promote R&D, tech transfer, and industry support. The Philippine government, through the Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, and with Official Development Assistance, or ODA, support funds various initiatives to strengthen science and technology. These include basic research funding, patent development, scholarships in science and engineering fields, and the expansion of the Philippine Science High School system. It is also supports the creation of science and technology parks to enhance academy industry collaboration and drives to Balik Scientist program, which invites Filipino experts abroad to return to contribute their knowledge to national development. The Philippine American Academy of Science and Engineering (PAASE) has identified several capacity building programs to strengthen the country's science and engineering sectors. These include manpower and institutional development initiatives, such as Engineering and Science Education Program, or ESEP, which aims to increase the number of PhD graduates in science and engineering. PAASE also advocates for the establishment of regional research and innovation centers that are designed to support and collaborate with various local industry, enhancing regional development and boosting national innovation capacity. The K-12 education program in the Philippines includes a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics or STEM strand to prepare students for careers in scientific and technical fields. To further boost the country's global competitiveness in STEM, the Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, launched the Philippine California Advanced Research Institutes, or PICARI project, which promotes international research, collaboration, and advanced studies. In support of these efforts, the Philippine Congress has enacted several science and technology related laws to strengthen education, innovation, and research infrastructure nationwide. Several Philippine laws and science-related policies are aligned with international theaters and agreements to promote global cooperation in science, education, and sustainable development. These include commitments to United Nations, or UN, for Sustainable Goals, which is climate action and quality education. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, in advancing scientific research, cultural preservation, and inclusive education, and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, for regional collaboration in science, technology, innovation, and disaster risk education. These alignments ensure that the country's policies are globally relevant and contribute to international scientific advancement and development goals. The National Research Council of the Philippines, or NRCP, has categorized science and technology related policies into four major clusters to streamline research priorities and guide national development. First is social sciences, humanities education, international policies, and governance. It focuses on improving education systems, social development, policy making, and international collaboration. Second is physics, engineering, industrial research, earth and space sciences, and mathematics. It covers technological innovation, infrastructure development, space science, environmental monitoring, and scientific computation. Third is the medical, chemical, and pharmaceutical sciences. It supports health research, drug development, public health initiatives, and chemical safety. Lastly is biological sciences, agriculture, and forestry. It aims to enhance food security, biodiversity conservation, sustainable agriculture, and forest management. These clusters help the NRCP align national research efforts with the country's need and global scientific trends. The National Science and Technology Plan, or NSTP, 2002 to 2020 is a long-term strategy guiding the Philippines' science and technology development over nearly 2 decades. It defines clear visions, goals, and strategic focus areas aimed at transforming the country's science and technology landscape. By 2004, the plan emphasized boosting productivity, competitiveness, and addressing national challenges through science. By 2010, it aimed to build niche markets, develop world-class expertise, and foster a strong science and technology culture. By 2020, the focus shifted to creating globally competitive products and services. Through advanced technical skills and innovation, positioning the country for sustainable growth in the knowledge economy.
Dr. Mundo is recognized as the grand dame of the Philippines pediatrics and was the first woman admitted to Harvard Medical School as a research fellow. She established the Children's Medical Center Foundation, the first pediatric hospital in the Philippines, and invented the bamboo incubator, a low-cost, non-electric device designed for premature infants in rural areas. She also conducted pioneering studies on dengue, polio, and measles, and authored over 100 scientific articles along with a textbook of pediatrics and child's health. Her works transformed pediatric medicine in the Philippines and earned her the title of National Scientist. Dr. Gregorio Zara was a brilliant engineer and physicist, best known for inventing the videophone in 1955, a breakthrough that paved the way for modern video communication technologies. He also discovered the Zara effect, describing electrical kinetic resistance, and created innovations such as an alcohol-fueled airplane engine, a solar-powered water heater, and an earth induction compass. His wide-ranging contribution to engineering and physics earned him recognition as a national scientist. Dr. Gavino Trono Jr., known as the father of Cavaficus farming, revolutionized seaweed aquaculture in the Philippines. His research focused on cultivating Cavaficus and Euchima, which are the vital sources of Karaginan used in food, cosmetics, and pharmaceuticals. His work positioned in the Philippines as a leading Karaginan producer, benefiting both of the national economy and coastal communities, while also promoting sustainable aquaculture practices. Dr. Germiniano de Ocampo is regarded as the father of modern Philippine ophthalmology. He pioneered the first successful corneal transplantation in the Philippines and established the Philippine Eye Bank, making organ donation and transplant accessible to many Filipinos. He also founded the Philippine Ophthalmological Society, raising standards in eye care. His contribution transformed ophthalmology in the country and earned him recognition as the national scientist. Francisco Kisumbing was a chemist who invented quick ink, a quick-drying and easy-flowing formulation widely used in fountain pens. His invention solved the problem of clogging in slow-drying ink, making everyday writing more practical and efficient. Adopted by Parker pens and sold globally. Quick ink remains one of the most widely recognized contributions of the Filipino scientists to the world. Diosdado Banatao is a Silicon Valley pioneer whose work revolutionized personal computing. He developed the first single-chip 16-bit microprocessor-based system logic chipset, the first single-chip graphics accelerator, and the first Windows graphics accelerator card. This innovation significantly advanced computer technology worldwide. Beyond his invention, he became a venture capitalist and philanthropist, supporting technology startups and scholarship for Filipino engineers. Dr. Irene Crisologo is an atmospheric scientist specializing in rainfall measurement and weather forecasting. She developed methods to calibrate radar signals with satellite data, improving accuracy despite terrain and obstruction challenges. Her work on polarimetric rainfall retrieval using the Philippines radar network has greatly enhanced disaster preparedness in a country frequently affected by typhoons and floods. Dr. Julius Simpiao is a geodetech engineer and geoinformatics researcher who focuses on remote sensing, satellite imagery, and artificial intelligence for environmental monitoring. He has contributed to land cover mapping, watershed modeling, and satellite image analysis under the Diwata microsatellite program. His work strengthened the Philippine capacity in space science and support disaster management and environmental planning. Dr. Andrea Carrillo is an astrophysicist specializing in galactic archaeology, the study of how galaxies like the Milky Way form and evolve. Her research focuses on stellar populations, galaxy formation, and structural components of such as bulge, disk, and bars, using both observation and simulations. Now a professor of physics and astronomy, she continues to advance understanding of galaxy evolution while highlighting Filipino contribution in astrophysics.
What is digital transformation? A current technological advancer in the business process approaches with the help of digital transformation, actively in charge of maintaining the system and enhancing organizational effectiveness. Like before the digital transformation, customers had to physically visit a bank branch for almost all transactions, deposits, withdrawals, opening accounts, and applying for loans. But now, after the digital transformation, online and mobile banking apps, customers can now perform most transactions from their smartphones or computers, anytime, anywhere. This also involves with first we have integration of chatbots and virtual assistants using AI to handle customer service and routine tasks. Example, a website chatbot answering FAQs about store hours. Next, we have adoption of automated and digital workflows, streamlining process using digital tools and automation. Example, an online form automatically send a job application to HR and hiring managers. Next, we have expansion of online self-service portals and e-government platforms, providing more government services online for easier access. Examples, renewing a driver's license online through a government website, e-signatures and digital identity system, using digital signatures and identity verification for secure online transactions and access. Example, signing a lease agreement online. Next, we have blockchain for secure records, employing blockchain technology to create tamper-proof and transparent records, ensuring data integrity and security. Example is tracking coffee beans from farm to store using blockchain. Next, we have smart cities and IoT. Interconnected devices and data to improve urban living in areas like security, commerce, health, mobility, and energy.
Example, smart streetlights dimming when no one is around. Next, we have last, use of cloud computing and integrated system. Utilizing cloud technology to connect and streamline different systems for better efficiency and data management. Example, storing photos in Google Photos or iCloud.
Digital literacy gap. One of the biggest barriers to adopting science and technology in offices is the digital literacy gap. Many employees, especially those who did not grow up using computers or digital tools, struggle to adapt to new systems like cloud platforms, virtual communication tools, or data management software. This lack of familiarity slows down workflow and creates frustration when simple tasks take longer than they should. For example, an employee who cannot properly use spreadsheet or online collaboration tools may rely on manual method, causing delay. Closing the gap requires regular training and digital upskilling program tailored to employees' needs. Socioeconomic inequalities. Socioeconomic inequality also plays a big role in limiting technology adoption. Not all workers have the same access to devices, fast internet, or even personal spaces when they can practice and improve their digital skills. Employees from lower income backgrounds may depend only on office equipment, while others have the advantage of better tools at home. This creates an uneven playing field where some workers can easily adapt while others are left behind. Offices must recognize these differences and provide equal opportunities through equipment support or inclusive digital training programs. Lack of access to proper devices and tools. Even when employers are ready to adapt, the absence of proper devices and tools became a problem. Some offices still use outdated computers, slow servers, or old versions of software that are no longer compatible with modern systems. Without updated tools, it's difficult to maximize digital platforms such as online meetings, file sharing, or project management system. Imagine a video conference constantly interrupted because the office equipment cannot handle it. Productivity suffers and teamwork become harder. To address this, companies must invest in reliable, up-to-date devices that allows employees to work efficiently. Resistance to change. Another challenge is resistance to change, which is common in many workplaces. Some employees feel anxious about learning new technology because they fear making mistakes or even losing their jobs to automation. Another simply prefers sticking with the old way of doing things because it feels safer and more familiar. This hesitation often leads to slow adoption of digital systems and missed opportunities for growth. Overcoming this challenge requires good leadership, proper communication, and showing employees that technology can support their work instead of replacing them. High cost of implementation. Switching to digital often requires a significant financial investment that not all offices can afford. Buying new computers or upgrading software, paying for cloud services, and training employees can be very expensive, especially for small organizations. For example, a startup office may want to use advanced cybersecurity tools but cannot yet afford the subscription fees. Because of this, some offices delay digital adoptions, which affects their long-term competitiveness. To manage this, office can implement technology upgrades gradually and prioritize the most essential tools first. Poor internet connectivity and infrastructure. In many workplaces, poor internet connection and weak infrastructure make it difficult to fully embrace technology. Slow and unstable internet disrupt online meetings, delay file uploads, and interrupts access to cloud-based system. This is even more challenging for employees working in rural areas, where reliable internet is often unavailable. When connectivity is poor, employees lose valuable time waiting for system to respond, which directly impacts productivity. Improving infrastructure and ensuring backups solutions are critical steps in solving this issue. Cybersecurity risks and data privacy concerns. With more offices going digital, cybersecurity risks have also increased. Cyber attacks, Phishing emails and data breaches can happen at any time, and many employees are not trained to recognize these threats. For instance, a single click on a malicious link can expose sensitive company information. Data privacy is another growing concern, especially for offices handling personal client records or financial details. To minimize this risk, organizations need strong cybersecurity systems, regular awareness training, and clear data protection policies. Lack of organizational support and policy framework. Lastly, technology adoption often fails when there is no strong organizational support or clear policy framework. Some offices introduce new digital tools but do not provide training, incentives, or technical support, leaving employees confused about how to use them. Others lack proper policies on data management or digital ethics, which can lead to inconsistent practices. Without guidance from leadership, employees may resist or misuse technology, reducing its benefits. For digital adoption to succeed, companies must set clear policies, show commitment from management, and create a culture that embraces innovation.
Opportunities for administrative modernization, specifically focusing on AI in government offices, digitization of records, and the use of CRM systems. Modernization and administration means structuring and updating the way government or organizations manage their resources, functions, and processes. The goal is to make operations more efficient, responsive, transparent, and effective. Key aspects of administrative modernization. There are several important steps in modernization process. First, assessment and planning, identifying the current challenges and areas for improvement. The second is stakeholder involvement, ensuring that employees, citizens, and partners are included in the changes. Streamlining and efficiency, reducing repetitive tasks and bureaucracy. Second, technology integration, applying digital tools such as AI, machine learning, and cloud system. Next is training and development, upskilling workers to adapt to new technologies, transparency, and accountability, improving trust through clear and open processes. Next is digital transformation, moving from paper-based to digital systems. Next is structural changes and change management, redesigning workflows and adapting to new processes. Measurement and evaluation, tracking progress to ensure modernization is effective. Last, legal and regulatory compliance, making sure all innovations follow the law and regulations. AI in government offices. Artificial intelligence plays a huge role in modernization. AI enhances the ability of government authorities to set rules, maintain orders, and provide smooth, secure, and peaceful governance. According to the framework shown in the diagrams, AI opportunities in government fall into three broad categories. First is robotics and cognitive automation. Automating repetitive administrative tasks, it's increasing productivity by freeing workers from manual works. Lastly, it's ensuring accuracy and consistency. The second category is cognitive insights, using AI to analyze large amounts of data, detecting anomalies and predicting risks. It's supporting better decision making with real-time tracking. And the last category is cognitive engagements, interactive systems such as chatbots and virtual assistants. Its personalized citizen services. It's also enhancing communication between government offices and the public. Future prospect in the Philippine office worker in a digital economy. Remote works, which used to be rare, is now very common due to advancement in technology and changing views on work-life balance. More companies are adopting flexible setups, creating new opportunities for workers. First is remote work and hybrid models. Filipino workers now prefer hybrid setups, averaging 1.4 days in the office per week, while 93% of companies have returned to the office because many employees find the current layouts unproductive. About 48% of firms offer hybrid work, with flexibility being the main reasons. The Philippines ranks 7th among remote work hubs, and the digital nomad visa is expected to create more opportunities. The second one is automation and AI. The BPO industries is shifting toward high-value roles like data analytics, software development, and legal services. The IT BPM industry is expected to grow by 7% in 2024, reaching 2.55 million jobs and $59 billion in revenue by 2028. However, over one-third of jobs may be affected by automation, making AI and robotics important areas for investments. The third one is upskilling as a strategy. There is a skills gap in areas such as AI, cybersecurity, and data analytics. With many already working in hybrid environments, Filipinos are ready for further training. Micro credentials and short training programs will help workers upgrade their skills more quickly. The future of Philippines office worker will be shaped by first, hybrid and remote work integration. As companies continue adopting flexible work setups, Filipino workers will have more opportunities to choose their preferred work environment, balancing office and remote work. The second one is growing need for digital skills. With the rise of technology, digital skills like data analysis, cybersecurity, and cloud computing will be in high demand. Making continuous learning is essential for career growth. The third one is automation and new specialized jobs. While automation may replace some roles, it will also create new specialized jobs in fields like AI, robotics, and data science, requiring workers to upskills and adapt. The fourth is borderless work opportunities. Remote works opens global job markets for Filipino workers, enabling them to collaborate internationally without leaving the country. The last one is focus on wellness and inclusivity. As works becomes more flexible, companies will place greater emphasis on employees' well-being, mental health, and creating inclusive supportive works culture. These trends indicates a future where Filipino workers will need to adapt to new working styles, embrace a lifelong learning, and to be open to new opportunities that emerge as the workplace evolves.